Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we will be following our previous phase of basic to advanced level programming and diving deep into Boolean data types, decision statements, relational and logical operators by solving few examples and also problems using the same. So let's get started. First, we will start with discussing about Boolean data type. Boolean data types are usually two forms, either true or false. So true in binary is indicated with 1, whereas false is indicated with 0. So Boolean data types usage is very vast. During the process of coding, they will be used with decision statements, conditional statements, and also in logical operators. So let us check out where it is used and how. Now let us discuss about decision statements. Decision statements are if else, or nested if. So, how we will be representing these decision statements? First, we will begin with if, then we will be having a Boolean condition. Then we will get into the statements which are present inside if. Then we will also be having else condition, which consists of few statements. The thing which happens over here is, here we will be implementing a decision. If this decision is returning 1, it means the decision is true. Then the statements inside if condition or if block are executed. If the condition which we are executing is not returning 1, instead it is returning 0, it means the condition is false. Then we are not going to execute the blocks of statements which are present inside if. We will be executing else statements since the condition is false. We get into this part only if this condition is returning true. If this is returning false, we will be executing this part. Okay, so we will be solving few examples using if else and also nested if. Now let us discuss about relational operators. There are different types of relational operators we will be using in order to indicate the variations or the relations between operands. Operands, for example, I am taking A and B. I am checking for a condition if A is greater than B. Here, A and B, both of them are operands. And this greater than symbol is the relational operator. We have different types of relational operators like greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. We will also check for equality condition, double equal to and not equal to. I think you are familiar with the difference between single equal sign and double equal sign. Single equal sign is used to indicate the variable name to a value, whereas double equal to sign, it is used to check for a condition. We will be solving an example using these relational operators. Now comes logical operators. In the entire process or the journey of coding, we will be using only 3 different types of logical operators the most. First one is AND operator, next OR operator and NOT operator. So I will be discussing all the 3 AND, OR and NOT in much detail. First, we will begin with AND operator. So here I am taking 2 operands A and B. So this is AND output. Okay. So I am considering only 4 types because the operands which we are considering is 2. So initially we have both A and B as true. Then we have A as true, B as false. We have A as false, B as true. We have both A and B as false. Okay. So all this true and false are coming from the conditions which we are getting after using Boolean data type. Okay. So we are implementing AND operator between A and B operand. So when both are true, true and true is true. Here I'll be giving a very simple way to recognize the output which we are gonna get using AND operator. So if at all either of the operands result is false, then the output of AND operator is also false. So for example, here I have true and false. So the output will be false because here I have one false. That is the reason why the output is false. Here I have false and true. The output is again false. Here I have two false. False and false is obviously false. So the easiest way to recognize the result or the output of AND operator is if any one of the operands output or the result is false, then the result of AND operator is false. Okay. Now we will be using OR operator. OR is completely different with AND operator. We will be taking both A and B operands and OR. Similar way we have true condition at the initial stage, then I have true, false, false, true and false, false. Okay. Now when it comes to OR operator, if we have either of the operands result is true, then the output of OR operator is true. So here I have true. True or true is true. Then I have true or false. So as I said, one of the result is true. So the output of OR operator is true. So here comes true. I have false and true. So one of the result is true. So my output is true. Here I have both false. None of them is true. So the output is false. So the major difference between and OR. Here we will also be indicating and. Okay, so when it is true, true, it is true. If it is true, false, it is false. If it is false, true, it's false. False, false is false. So the difference over here is for OR operator, if at all we have at least one true, the output is true. If we have all the outputs or the results as false, then the output is false. Whereas in AND operator, if we have either of the result as false, then the output is false. We have true only when all the results are true. Okay. Then we will be heading to NOT operator. NOT has only two conditions. We will be taking only one operand, and for NOT we have true, we have false. So whenever the output is true, when we are implementing NOT operator, true becomes false. And whenever it is false, when we are implementing NOT operator, it becomes true. And vice versa. This is the output for logical operators NOT. I hope you are getting it, and now we will be solving few problems to get better understanding of all the things which we have discussed right now. So let us start coding. Now let us discuss a common example for both relational and decision statements. I'm gonna take the greatest of three numbers. First, I'm taking three inputs from the user which are integers. So I have to explicitly mention that. I'm going to prompt the user to enter first number. Similarly, I'll be taking second and third number. So now I'll be checking for condition which of the three numbers is greater than the other two. So I'll check if A is greater than B, then I'll be entering into another condition. I have to also check if A is greater than C. So this mode of mentioning or implementing the condition is called as nested if condition, where I'm implementing one if statement inside another if statement. So this can be modified or simplified as follows by using logical operators. So I'm going to use AND operator in order to check if A is greater than B and if A is greater than C also. Now I'll be printing the greatest is A, and I'm going to print the number A. This is elif condition. If I have to mention more than one condition, then I have to take elif. We can take if, else. Else part is executed when the first condition is not true. When the first condition is false, else part will be executed. Here, if I have more than one or two conditions, then when first condition is false, I have to check for another condition. So in that case, I will be using elif statements. Okay. So here I'll be checking if B is greater than A and B is greater than C. Now I'll be printing greatest is B. In else condition, I don't have to check again if C is greater than A and C is greater than B, because if A is not greater than B and C and B is not greater than A and C, obviously C is the greatest one. So I'll be directly printing greatest as C. But there is a problem in this code. So we will be figuring out once we execute. First number I'm giving 5, second number I'm giving 2, third number I'm giving 1. So the greatest is A, that is 5. Okay. So now I'll be giving A as 3, B as 5 and C as 2. Greatest is B, 5. This is also running fine. Now I'll be checking A as 1, B as 2, C as 6. The greatest is 6. So this is also working fine. Then where's the problem? So the first number I'm giving as 6, second number I'm giving as 6, third number I'm giving as 6. We are getting the greatest is C6, but we have to get the result as A. The greatest is A6, right? So where are we going wrong? Here we have to check for greater than and equal to condition, not just greater than. Okay. So now when I run the same, if I check for A as 6, B as 6, C as 6, I'm getting the greatest is A6. It also works fine for the remaining A as 3, B as 5, C as 2. So the greatest is B5. I hope you're getting it. Let us move on to next. So now let us consider A as true. We'll be checking for the logical operators. B as true. Okay. So I'm gonna print A and B. What should be the output? It should be true, right? So it's true. If I check true and false, so either of the one is false, the output is false. It is false. So here I'm checking for false now. Then here I'm checking for true. Again, it should be false. Yeah. So if I have both false, then again it's false. Yes. So now let us check for OR condition, A or B. So if both the things are false, even in OR, we are going to get false. Yes. So now I'll take A as true, B as false. So either of the one is true, then the result is true. So true. Now I'll have both as true. It is true again. The first one I'll mention as false, and second one is true. Again, it is true. Now, in order to check for not condition, I'll mention not B. So B is true, not B is false. False. So we can even take this way. So A is false, right? False is 0, B is true, true is 1. So if I have to take A or B, then 0 is false, 1 is true. A or B, true or like false or true. The result should be true. True is 1. We got 1. I can even check for not condition over here. not of A. A is false, not of A should be true. So we are good to go over here. And there is one more thing I have to mention. We can even mention and with this symbol, and we can mention or with this symbol. So that is all for this video. I hope you have liked it. Do subscribe and do share this knowledge with as many people as possible. I will see you in the next one.